So what is brain fog, and why is it more common when you go through menopause? Brain fog is a layman's term for your brain not functioning properly. You have trouble remembering words, numbers while you walked into a room. You may have trouble concentrating or focusing. It's definitely short-term memory loss, but you can also have trouble remembering common words or even the name of someone you might know. Brain fog can be triggered by hormonal transitions. Women will notice premenstrually and during their periods that their short-term memory and focus can be a little bit off. And kids in puberty definitely have a shift in their ability to concentrate and focus. And brain fog is super common for women going through the change, starting in perimenopause and extending through the postmenopause period. So, hormones definitely affect the way your brain functions in terms of cognition and focus. But there's a hormone that isn't often discussed with brain fog and influences our hormonal transitions from puberty all the way through postmenopause. It's called prolactin. Prolactin was discovered in nursing mothers and actually means pro-lactation. Prolactin is very high in breastfeeding women because it actually promotes lactation. It's also high in pregnancy, yet both men and women make prolactin, mostly at night, as prolactin controls your immune function. If prolactin levels are high during the day, then it can actually interfere with the function of neurotransmitters and other hormones. High levels of prolactin protect a pregnant woman from the high levels of other growth-promoting hormones that help the fetus to develop so that the mother doesn't develop tumors. So prolactin has a protective effect, and it's why it's high at nighttime. Prolactin actually creates an anesthetic effect, putting you into a deeper sleep while it triggers your immune system to clean house. Now that's really important because what your body does at night to keep you healthy requires you to be in a deep, almost sedated state that prolactin induces. Prolactin follows melatonin by about 3 hours and stays high for about 8 hours. Prolactin levels should be down to daytime levels within a few hours of dawn. I consider 9 or under for my patients to be a healthy level of prolactin drawn between 8 and 9 a.m. in the morning. If it's above that, then your prolactin may be too high, especially during the day, and that will start to block your hormone receptor sites. So how is prolactin related to brain fog? Well, hormones, especially estrogen, stimulates neurotransmitters in your brain that are responsible for your memory and focus. So if prolactin is blocking hormone receptors, your brain is not making enough neurotransmitters to function properly, and you have brain fog. During the change, as your hormones plummet, you begin to notice more and more brain fog. It's incredibly common, and it's one of the more annoying symptoms that women suffer with during the change of life. Low estrogen levels in menopause means less serotonin production, which affects your focus. And low progesterone levels mean less GABA, which means you can't keep calm. Lower dopamine levels in menopause contribute to prolactin becoming dyscircadian, meaning higher during the day than at night because it's hypothalamic dopamine which turns off prolactin production and helps you wake up. Dopamine is your learning neurotransmitter. Now, there are some other hormones that affect the way the brain functions, like cortisol. While adrenaline can sharpen your focus, it's very temporary. Cortisol follows adrenaline production to fuel a fight or flight response. And if cortisol is not used, then it becomes catabolic, actually breaking down tissues. High stress leads to chronically high cortisol levels, which will break down the protective myelin sheath around the nerves. The myelin is like insulation, allowing the nerve impulse to fire properly so you can access information in your brain. When you're in menopause, you don't have enough progesterone to repair the myelin sheath, so your brain becomes more and more foggy. I have 3 tips to help you heal your menopausal brain fog. Number 1 is to balance your hypothalamus. If your hypothalamus is in balance while you're going through the change, it can help to balance other hormones and your neurotransmitters. And that's because your hypothalamus is the gatekeeper for the amino acids for all neurotransmitter production, and particularly controls dopamine production. Your hypothalamus also controls prolactin production. If your hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis is out of balance, too much cortisol also contributes to your brain fog. If your hypothalamus is dysfunctional, it cannot help you make enough neurotransmitters for your brain to function optimally. So balancing your hypothalamus with nutraceutical support like Genesis Gold can help clear your brain fog. Number 2 is making sure you're eating foods that support healthy brain chemistry. The most important is consuming healthy fats. Like the monounsaturated fats in olive oil and avocado oil are excellent at keeping the neurons well lubricated. Plus the omega-3s in fatty fish are also excellent at keeping your brain healthy. Your brain needs fat in order to survive and function. Glucose is used by your brain for energy, but fat helps to heal the neurological pathways. If you're not eating healthy fats, your brain tissue breaks down. And number 3 is exercise. When you're menopausal, it's so important to exercise because being sedentary actually contributes to dementia. Aerobic exercise increases vascular flow and also helps to maintain healthy cellular metabolism, which means you're burning energy a little bit faster. You've got to get glucose into the neurons so that they can function normally, and that requires good blood flow to your brain. So it's really important that you exercise on a regular basis, at least 3 times a week, to help to reverse your brain fog. Now, if you'd like to keep up on the conversation about menopausal brain fog, why don't you join us in our hormone support group, where I answer your questions live. You can access the group by signing up for my free hormone reboot training. Menopausal brain fog is real, and you have the power to heal your brain by balancing your hypothalamus, eating healthy fats, and exercising regularly. I'll see you in the next video.